Morning, everybody, or should I say afternoon. It's Kim. You know what? I came up with a great idea. I wanted to find a way to sift some of my compost, and because it's way too early to plant here, I'll show you around a little bit. It is really, really wet here, and it's only the beginning of April. Much too early for me to get out in the garden. We're still getting low temperatures below freezing at night, but I came up with this great idea. I found that cookie rack in my shed. I have a bunch of them, and I'm going to use it to sift out a bucket full of compost. I just thought it was kind of a neat, and then Louie's going to be here to help me, of course, because Louie's always helping out in the garden. Anyway, let me show you what it looks like. I'm thinking any home gardener that just has a regular compost pile, it's not quite finished. I get huge amounts because of all my animal bedding, but look at it. Makes a beautiful, rich compost that I'm going to plant a couple potted plants in. I'm going to do a couple of potatoes and some of the garlic and stuff that I sprouted, but I wanted to show you an easy home sifter you probably have laying around your house. It takes a little bit of work, but it's only taken me about 10 minutes maximum to do this bucket full. So I will show you what I'm going to plant in just a little bit. While I'm outside, I thought I'd introduce you to my piggies. This is Poppy. She's mad. She wants treats, and I'm not giving her any more. Hello, Poppy. Hello, my sweet baby. Potbelly pigs. That's one of 4. She's outside today, and she's being a brat. She doesn't want to be in there. Look at her. She's going to try to bust out of the corner. And there's Will. That's Mr. Fancy Pants coming out the door right now. When he was born, you can't see him as well, but he looked like he was wearing a pair of black jeans. See on the back end of them? Looked just like black pants, and my granddaughter called him Mr. Fancy Pants. Anyway, it doesn't look like the other ones want to come outside. They were just outside a minute ago when I decided to film. But they're begging for treats is what they're doing. They had their breakfast already, Mr. Pansy. All right, well, that's 2 of my 4 piggies. And as you can see, it is muddy out here. Of course, they don't mind it. They come out and wallow in it when it's nice and warm out. It's about 52 degrees out, and they're enjoying being out in the sun a little bit. But you can see why I cannot garden right now. Look at how wet and muddy and gross it is out here. That area back there is probably 10 times larger than it should be. We dug a little ditch back there. The ducks like it. I call it my pond. It's about 10 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and 50 or 60 feet long. And you can see where a lot of our... There's Mr. Will right there. The one on the far left. That's Will. There's 3 of the pigs out. Billy, he's lazy. He sleeps all day long. But the far right one, that's Poppy. That's the mom to the one right behind her. And that's the dad. We were told he was fixed when we got him. We didn't realize we were going to have babies. But we only have 2 boys, and that's all I'm keeping. And those boys have been fixed for sure. And they're out just enjoying some time out in the weather. As you can see, we got a lot of cleanup to do out here. But that's another one of my compost piles. I've got another one back there. And then we moved this one up towards the garden to be tilled in as soon as it dries out enough. Actually, I think I'm going to do some raised beds this year. It's definitely not completely broke down like you would find in a bag. Therefore, I sift it for my house plants and my potted plants. But it works really well. This place had extremely heavy clay. I could barely get a shovel into it, and this will be my 5th season out here, adding compost and leaves and everything to this garden spot. This is my garden here. You can see that's all my garden. And now it's a workable soil. It still gets a little hard at times, but we add at least this much twice a year in there. And every leaf, we have 3 acres here with lots of big trees. You can see we rake up all the leaves, and those get tilled into the garden all winter long, or in the fall. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring you outside, and you can see that it's gotten a little nicer out here since the last time I was out. I just wanted to get a few things in the ground, or at least in buckets anyway, because I'm hoping if this virus doesn't go too long, I can get to the store. And I want to make a couple of raised beds over here, and I want to put up a small hoop house so that I can get out here earlier in the spring and later in the fall. But I go outside to plant these. I wanted to show them to you because my dogs, and it's like the whole world went crazy out there because of spring. You can see I have a sprouted potato. I'm going to put that in a large bucket to see. I have grown them this way. I want some really early potatoes, so I'm going to grow it in a bucket. And then I just took a couple of cloves of garlic that I grew last year, and I just stuck them on a damp paper towel. I set them just on top like this and kept the paper towel damp. And this is 3 days. It's got some roots. So these are going to go in a couple of small pots so I can get some garlic growing as well. My soil is just way, way, way too wet, and it's too early in Michigan, to be honest. I can move these in and out that way. So I'm going to head outside and hope you can watch me plant these because my dogs are kind of a little goofballs today. Oh, this is the first time Ziva's got to go outside to play ball this year, and she's crazy. This girl loves to play ball. This is her first time outside this year. And she'll do this for a half hour to an hour if I let her. She'll actually get so bad she'll pass out on me. So we're going to have some fun out in the sun today. Our first time outside playing ball. You can see the other two, they don't care. They just want to go eat grass. And I hate to say it, but Zoe, my old girl, her favorite spring treat is to dig up worms and eat them, which is so disgusting. But she's 11. She's been doing it since she was a puppy. There we go. I'll be spending the next half hour probably doing this. So I guess I'm going to have to get back to planting the onion and garlic in just a little while, guys. Be right back. All right, I'm going to see if I can get this done for you. I have this big pot here, and I have about, 2 to 3 inches worth of soil or my compost in here. I'm going to put this potato that whoops, sorry guys, I'm trying to prop this up outside and it's kind of windy. Made you blow over right there, I apologize. I don't have a great big tripod, so I'm doing with what I can. Let me see if I can get a better view here. It's kind of hard when you don't have the best phone. Anyway, I'm going to put this potato in here with these parts coming up, and I'm going to carefully put some compost around it because you don't want to break those off. So I want to gently fill those in before I fill it with soil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to fill this all the way up yet. I'm going to wait till some of the green starts to grow, and then I'll come in here and add some more soil later. So I'm only going to put a few inches on top of this. And I have some more. I want to cover it with about 3 inches of soil. I apologize. I know I can't find my microphone. It broke. And it's not an essential item that's getting shipped out real fast here. So I hope you can hear me okay. That's it for the soil I'm going to put in there for now. I didn't dump it out of here because I wanted to show you. I use coffee filters to block the holes down here so all the soil doesn't come out. So I thought I was going to put my potato in here, and I think that's going to be too small. What I'm going to put in here is the garlic and onions that I sprouted, and I'm going to see how they do in here, but I'm going to do that later. I have to get inside. I got things I need to get done, and I'll show you how they grow, and we'll see. Today is April 2nd in Michigan. It's still too cold to plant anything really big outside, but let me give you an idea what I have going so far. Pull you off my tripod real quick here. I have those are starting to grow real good. I have lettuce that I've been growing in a pot. That I do take in at night. And then I have a little bit sprouting up right there. So this will give me some lettuce that I can cut pretty soon. In another month or so, I'll be able to harvest some salads off of that. But that's all I have so far. I'm going to be planting a little bit on my porch. The potatoes I'm going to leave outside, and I'll cover them up at night if I need to. But anyway, I just want to get some things growing because I have a feeling this situation we're in is not going to get any better, and I like to eat fresh. I cannot stand frozen or canned foods like vegetables, so I need to get going on this, and I just want to give you guys a little idea, maybe a couple of things that if you got a sprouted potato, throw it in a pot. See if you can get, if I get a pound of potatoes out of it, I get a pound of potatoes. It's a meal, and it's something fun for me to do. So, all right, look what I found. I know it doesn't look like much, but I got this 6 or 7 years ago. My kids bought it for me for Mother's Day, and it's just a little kind of mini greenhouse thing. And what it's doing, it's helping me. I don't have to carry my plants in and out at night. There's where I put the potato. Let me take this thing off. I'm going to try not to get a bad shadow here. All right, I'm trying a couple of experiments. Let me get to the side. You don't see my shadow. I've got the onion, and next to that, I started a small pot of tomatoes, and I have some, oh my gosh, I forgot now. I have some radishes, and actually that big tall one back there, I planted some green beans. I'm going to try them. I'm going to see if they'll work in this little hoop house, and more lettuce and things like that. But anyway, this is the extent of my garden so far. And what I do is if I have, say, that big pot of lettuce, if there's anything left, I don't snip the whole plant off. I just take off like a couple of leaves from each little one when they're big enough, and then I could transplant those later into a bigger area. And then there's my little garlic I put in that pot there. You can see those two little things sticking up. So anyway, this is, I'm going to see how it does under this little, poor busted up thing here. And I think I'm going to see maybe in the fall or later in the year when I need it again, I'm going to see if there's a way I can attach some, just maybe some heavy duty plastic on it and get some more life out of it. Anyway, just a quick update. This is what I have planted. I'm going to see how the tomatoes do. If they don't work, they don't work, and that's okay. I have more started in the house, and I'm going to try to do some hydroponic, very, very basic stuff, and I'll show you guys if I ever get my the solution that I need to fertilize them. If not, I think what I'm going to do, if it's not soon enough, when I get it, I'm going to take a big bucket of the compost, and I'll start them in some compost tea and at least hope that that's enough to get them through. So anyway, just a quick update, and I'm going to show you something else really quick in the house on getting your own tomato seeds. I'll be right back. Okay, here's the tomatoes I was talking about. I picked up this variety when I went to the store. I was craving some tacos, and I decided to go ahead and get a package of these tomatoes. When I cut them in half last night for my salad, I saved the seeds. And when you save tomato seeds, in order to make sure that they're really good seeds, you have to do what's called ferment them. Basically, I scraped out a few seeds, I put them in some water. You see there's water in there. And you let it sit for 3-5 days, and you'll get like a little scum on top, I guess, if you want to call it that. And then you could take the seeds and just dry them. What it does is it gets that jelly-like stuff. So you can see it pretty bad on this one. You got to get that off, or the seeds will not stay very strong. Now, it's very possible these are hybrids. I might not get exactly what they are on there, although I think somewhere I saw that on here that most of these are heirloom tomatoes. And many of the colored ones are. I've had the yellow before and the little brown ones. And these are, I'm pretty sure that's an heirloom. But if it's not, I don't care, as long as they taste decent and I get a tomato out of it. So I have in here some of the yellow ones. This is some of the chocolate ones. And this is some of the orange ones. So if I get a couple plants out of it, I'll be happy. But I wanted to show you, if you don't have any seeds, and I have seen things like in Virginia where they do not consider your seeds an essential item, that you may not be able to get them. I want you to know that you can at least get your own tomato seeds. You saw that I'm sprouting some of my garlic, one of the onions that sprouted, and luckily I do save a lot of my own seeds, but I didn't have a variety of tomatoes, so that's why I'm doing these. You know, we're all in this together, and we have to find ways to help each other, even if it's something as simple as learning how to save tomato seeds. I'm going to do my best to help you guys out, learn something new. So anyway, if you're thinking about growing a garden and you happen to have a tomato in your house, give it a shot. You never know if you'll get something really good out of it. And I hope you all stay safe, stay well, and have a wonderful day.